everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought I would do sort of a first impression on some Colourpop goodies that I picked out, because I got this in the mail today and I just wanted to play around with it immediately, so I thought I might as well film while doing that. So I got the No Filter Foundation Stick. I've never tried a foundation stick before, so I'm really excited to try this out. And I also got the No Filter Concealer to try that out. I haven't tried that one either. And then I got some lipsticks, Luxe lipsticks that I had never tried out either. I got the glass bowl eyeshadow because everyone is talking about this one, so I wanted to try it out for myself. And then I got like an eyeliner, a supernova shadow, you know, they're liquid shadows. And then I also wanted to try out the Jelly Match shadows as well. I'm not going to try out everything today, I think, especially like the eyeshadows. I am going to swatch all of the lipsticks that I got, but I have no idea what I'm going to do for my eye makeup yet, so we're just going to play around a bit with everything, or as much as possible from this box. So before we go in with the foundation, because I'm going to start with my face makeup, I just wanted to ask you, what do you think about the background I have right now? If you watch my 3 most recent videos, or maybe 4 most recent videos when I post this, 3 most I think, I have 3 different backgrounds, and please let me know which one you like the most down in the comments. My normal setup, and then also when I was just towards a white wall. So let me know what you think down below. But let's just get into the video. So first I'm going to prime my face, and I'm first going to go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. And this is the routine I've been doing for priming lately, so I've been going in with this. And then I've been using the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer on top of that, because I had this one in my drawers, but I was using only this one, but I felt that that was a bit too drying now in the winter. So I started going in with this one first, and then it's actually a really nice combo, so I'm really glad I did that, but I'm just going to do that. So I said I got the No Filter Foundation Stick, and this has 9.5 grams or 0.34 ounces in it, and this retails for $10. So the other foundation they have retails for $12, but from the reviews I've seen, I haven't seen too many reviews of this foundation stick, but from the reviews I've seen from the liquid foundation, I feel like that is not very suited for oily skin, and I have oily skin. So yeah, that's why I picked this one up, and because I'm very curious about a foundation stick, because I've never tried that before. But yeah, let's just go in with this. I have my sponge here that I have that is wet, and then I have this Sigma Round Kabuki F82 brush that I'm going to go into probably on the other side, because I've heard a lot that the foundation sticks are better with a brush as opposed to a sponge. But my preferred way to applying foundation is with a sponge, so that's why I'm doing both. And I didn't tell you, I got this shade called Fair 07 Neutral, so I'm not sure how that one will suit me. When I look at the stick, and when I first opened the stick, it's like it had some like it had oxidized the top layer and like around the stick. I don't know if you will be able to tell, but it's lighter here than it is on the sides. And hopefully that does not mean that that it will oxidize on my skin. But let's just go in on this side. If it does not oxidize, I think the shade will be pretty good. I have no idea how much to go in with. So, and we're going to start with a brush. Yeah, so I have some things to cover up on my chin. So as you can see, that thin layer did definitely not cover anything of that. Okay, so that amount of product, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I don't feel like it did much at all. Like it did even out some redness, maybe, if I do like this. But I guess that could be fine, because I don't have a ton to cover up usually. My skin is usually not that bad on my chin. But let's go in on the other side. I will build this up on this side also. But let's just go in with a bit more down here. I'm going to try with the sponge, and if I don't like that, I will move on to the brush. If you just sort of stipple, it won't blend out, so you have to sort of drag and stipple at the same time. A little bit more here and on my chin. I think I'm going to stay with the sponge because that's what I always use, and I think because I don't see a huge difference on the sponge side and the brush side, I think because I always use sponge, that will probably be what I use. But let me know down below if you have this foundation, what you use, if I should use one or the other. I tried to zoom you in a bit, but this is what the foundation is looking like when I have, this is the brush side and this is the sponge side, and yeah, you can see it's not coloring on my chin, but that's fine. That's sort of something I would cover with concealer anyways. I do think it looks pretty good. I'm going to grab my mirror and look close up. It is looking a bit dry on my nose. I'm gonna see if I can go in with a tiny bit more product on my nose. It looks really bad on my nose. I don't know if you can tell. It looks really, really dry on my nose. But otherwise I feel like it looks pretty good. Like on my forehead, on my cheeks. My chin is, we'll not talk about that today. Okay, so it does not look great where I have dry patches, but I usually don't, so I'm not too concerned about that because that might mean that it will last longer through my oils or I won't get as oily. So yeah, so far so good. I'm going to try out the concealer now, and this is the No Filter Concealer, and I got it in the shade Fair 06. And this has 5 grams of product, and which is 0.176 ounces. And as I said, it's the shade Fair 06, and here is what that one looks like. I'm really scared this will oxidize, but when I swatched them on my hand, the foundation was a bit darker than the concealer. But if the concealer oxidizes, I'm not sure what that will look like. But let's just go in. It's a very lightweight formula off the bat, but I'm used to using the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm going to go in with a bit on my breakouts, and then I'm just going to blend this in. So far the shade looks really good. It's very like brightening. It looks a bit weird, but it's not like total coverage. But considering how lightweight it is, I'm actually really impressed, and I thought it would be worse. But I know, like Rebecca really likes this concealer, but then I know a lot of people really like this concealer, but then I also know people that hate this concealer. So I'm really excited to see, or I'm like nervous to see what I think about it. I usually just take what's left and sort of bring that up here to sort of highlight a bit and color a tiny bit more. Well, it's definitely not full coverage. It does look like it has oxidized on my chin a bit. We'll see if I make like a new dot. Yeah, do you see that? I think so at least. Like this looks a lot paler than this. But I do feel like the color of this looks really nice because it's sort of neutral. So yeah, it does oxidize a bit. It looks really good on my forehead. Usually foundation collects in like my wrinkles up here on my forehead, but this has not done that at all, which I'm really happy about. It doesn't feel very tacky. It feels pretty dry, but I would powder, like I always powder, so because it does have a bit of a shine. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, I would powder like always. But I guess you could skip on powder if you want to. You probably do want to if you're dry, because as I said, on my nose where I am dry, it looks a bit dry. Okay, so for setting my under eye or the concealer, I'm going to go in with a mixture of the Makeup Store loose powder in milk and then the Makeup Revolution Ghost powder. I'm going to go in with the powder, but I used to not like the Makeup Store powder, but I really like the Ghost powder from Makeup Revolution, and so I decided to mix those, and then I really like them. So yeah, I'm definitely going to use that Makeup Revolution Ghost powder to mix with my other loose powders, because even though they say that they are translucent, I'm kind of like fair so they look sort of dark on me. Well, that looks good. It's not as much coverage, like you can still see some blue right here, but it does look pretty good. And then for my normal powder, I'm going to go in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk powder, and I have a nice sized pan in this one. So now I'm just going to finish up my makeup the way I normally do, and first I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Dulce de Leche bronzer. Then I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution Ultra Blush palette in the first shade. And then I'm going in with the Makeup Geek highlighter in the shade Glitz. So as I said, I got a few different eye items and I swatched them here on my hand. So I got the Colourpop cream gel liner in the shade Puppy, which is this one right here, which is a orange. And then I got the Supernova eyeshadow in from the Valley, which is what you see right here. And then I also got the Colourpop Jelly Match shadow in Ventura, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's right here. It's very subtle, and like in some lightings you can't see it at all, but then you sort of move around and you see sort of like a blue shift. So I got that one as well, and I think I'm going to use this one and this one today, so we'll see how that turns out. And I'm going to start by priming my eyes with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I'm just going to set that with a powder that is close to my skin tone. I'm first going to go in with Made to Last from Colourpop on a MAC 217 brush. Because I don't want any fallout, I'm just going to take some of my translucent powder and I'm going to lay it underneath my eye and also a bit on my nose, because for some reason I always get fallout on my nose. And now I'm also going to go into my crease with the shade Neo Blue from Colored Raine, and I'm very softly sort of applying that into my crease and blending as I go. I'm then going to go in with this darker blue that is called Yacht Life, and I'm going to put that on my outer and in the corner, just the way I did with the other shade. And then just blend over that with the same brush we used before. And then on the center of my lid, I'm going to go in with the MAC Prep and Prime 24-Hour Extended Eye Base. And then I'm going to go in with the shade called Recharge from the Stacey Marie Be Perfect Carnival palette. I'm then going to go in with the dark blue again on my lower lash line. I'm then going to go in with Puppy Love on my waterline. I'm then going to take a white eyeshadow and I'm going to put that on my inner corner. This is just like a matte white. And I'm going to pack that on so that it becomes white. I'm then going to take a tiny bit of the Ventura eyeshadow, or the Yellow Match eyeshadow. This has like a protective thing, not a sifter, but, and I'm just going to take some from that on a brush. And put that, ooh, it's cold. Put that on my inner corner. So I'm just going to finish up my eye makeup, my eyebrows, and then I will be right back. Okay, so eyes are done and let's move on to the lipsticks that I got. I got 2 cream lipsticks and 3 matte, so I got 5. I got 4 of their regular line, which are in this super cute white packaging with like a rose gold lettering on it. And then I got 1 from the Makeup Shayla, like the Shayla x Colourpop collaboration. So this is a cream and this one is called Quickie. So let's start by applying the creams. I'm going to swatch them all on my lips and then I'm going to, yeah, just wear the last one I swatched. But first we have Quickie, and this is, as I said, a cream formula and a nude. So here is the shade called Quickie. It's very comfortable on the lips. So far my first impression is really nice. It feels really nice on the lips. And I do like the color. The other cream formula I got was in the shade Tiptoe. And this is from the regular line. And this is also a nude, but a more like cool tone nude. This is a bit darker as well. I also got the shade called Third Eye. This is the matte formula, and this is even a bit more darker than the previous one I tried on. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is a matte formula, and I wanted to compare this to Velvet Teddy by MAC. So up here you have Velvet Teddy by MAC, and then here you have the shade called Third Eye from Colourpop. So yeah, I think they are pretty similar. Maybe tiny bit warmer. I'm not sure. But yeah, so this is Third Eye. Then I also got the shade called Money Moves, which is a darker sort of terracotta shade. So this is Money Moves. From just applying them, I find the formula to be really comfortable. They feel really lightweight on the lips. And yeah, they just feel very comfortable. They don't really have much moisture in them, so I think after a few hours I might feel like my lips are a bit dry, but then I might just apply like a lip balm on top, because I think there will be some color left, but we'll see when I wear them. I will wear them tomorrow and then I will see how I feel about it, and I will put that in the description box. And then the last shade I got is called Check Please, and this is like a bright orange, so I'm excited about this one. So here is Check Please. But yeah, that was everything for this video. So far I'm really impressed. I feel like the foundation looks good. If you see on my forehead, it has started to sort of come, like some shine is coming through. But so far I think that looks really nice. And my nose is still looking a bit dry, but that, yeah, I would probably moisturize that a bit better before doing my makeup next time. And I will also update you in the description box, because I will wear this a few times, or like 2 times before I will put up this video. And then I will, yeah, update how I feel about the foundation and also the concealer. I do feel like with the intense look that I'm wearing today, I might want a tiny bit more coverage underneath my eyes. But for like every day, I don't feel like this is, I feel like this looks fine as of now. And I am very impressed with the lipsticks. I like both the matte formula and the cream formula, so I'm going to continue wearing those as well. And the eyeliner is not as intense in my waterline as I might have wanted it to be. I wanted it to sort of have a, yeah, the lipstick match with the waterline, but yeah. Aside from that, I think everything looks really nice. So thank you so much for sticking with this video for so long. I'm sure it's a pretty long one, but let me know if you like this type of video and if you think that I should do more. My opinion on this will be up later in like an haul or a rehaul where I talk about yeah, things I bought during certain months. So this will be up for the November rehaul, but I'm not really sure when that will be up, but stay tuned for that one. And give this video a thumbs up if you like this. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!